The following is a reading from Two Utopias by Vladimir Lenin. Thanks goes to Marxists Internet Archive at Marxist.org for this transcription. Utopia is a Greek word composed of not, and topos, a place. It means a place which does not exist, a fantasy, invention, or fairy tale. In politics, utopia is a wish that can never come true, neither now nor afterwards. A wish that is not based on social forces and is not supported by the growth and development of political class forces. The less freedom there is in a country, the scantier the manifestations of open class struggle, and the lower the educational level of the masses, the more easily political utopias usually arise and the longer they persist. In modern Russia, two kinds of political utopia have been most persistent, and they exert a certain influence on the masses owing to their appeal. They are the liberal utopia and the Narodnik utopia. The liberal utopia alleges that one could bring about appreciable improvements in Russia, in her political liberty, and in the condition of the mass of her working people peacefully and harmoniously, without hurting anyone's feelings, without removing the Perishkoviches, without a ruthless class struggle fought to a finish. It is the utopia of peace between a free Russia and the Perishkoviches. The Narodnik utopia is a dream of the Narodnik intellectuals and Trudovik peasants who imagine that a new and just division of the land could abolish the power and rule of capital and do away with wage slavery, or that a just, equalized division of the land could be maintained under the domination of capital, under the rule of money, under commodity production. What is it that gives rise to these utopias? Why do they persist rather strongly in present-day Russia? They are engendered by the interests of the classes which are waging a struggle against the old order, serfdom, lack of rights. In a word, against the Perishkoviches, which do not occupy an independent position in this struggle. Utopia, or daydreaming, is a product of the lack of independence, this weakness. Daydreaming is the lot of the weak. The liberal bourgeoisie in general, and the liberal bourgeois intelligentsia in particular, cannot but strive for liberty and legality, since without these, the domination of the bourgeoisie is incomplete, is neither undivided nor guaranteed. But the bourgeoisie is more afraid of the movement of the masses than of reaction. Hence the striking, incredible weakness of the liberals in politics, their absolute impotence. Hence the endless series of equivocations, falsehoods, hypocrisies, and cowardly evasions in the entire policy of the liberals, who have to play at democracy to win the support of the masses, but at the same time are deeply undemocratic, deeply hostile to the movement of the masses, to their initiative, their way of storming heaven, as Marx once described one of the mass movements in Europe in the last century. The utopia of liberalism is a utopia of impotence in the matter of the political emancipation of Russia, a utopia of the self-interested moneybags who want peacefully to share privileges with the Perishkoviches and pass off this noble desire as the theory of peaceful victory for Russian democracy. The liberal utopia means daydreaming about how to beat the Perishkoviches without defeating them, how to break them without hurting them. Clearly, this utopia is harmful not only because it is a utopia, but because it corrupts the democratic consciousness of the masses. If they believe in this utopia, the masses will never win freedom. They are not worthy of freedom. They fully deserve to be maltreated by the Perishkoviches. The utopia of the Narodniks and the Trudovics is the daydreaming of the petty proprietor who stands midway between the capitalist and the wage worker, about abolishing wage slavery without a class struggle. When the issue of economic emancipation becomes as close, immediate, and burning for Russia as the issue of political emancipation is today, the utopia of the Narodniks will prove no less harmful than that of the liberals. But Russia is still in the period of her bourgeois and not proletarian transformation. It is not the question of the economic emancipation of the proletariat that has most completely matured, but the question of political liberty, i.e., in effect, of complete bourgeois liberty.